Using this given sequence of numbers here, let's try to provide its corresponding ordinary generating function, let's say f of x. Previously, we defined the generating function to be a power series, which will also be expanded into a function of x, where the first term of our sequence, in this case 1, here is also 1, 1, and this notation is actually your constant, and then you will have the next few terms with the power of x to the power of increasing order. In short, this is the power series expressed in this manner, a sub I x to the power of I. So we pair that and you sum all of them, where I starts from 0 to positive infinity. So let's start with the first function here. We have 1, 3, 5, 0, 0. That means so on and so forth. We have 0 list of next terms. In short, our f of x here is actually, again, a sub I x to the power of I. So we have a sub 0. Okay, so a sub 0 x to the power of 0 until so on and so forth. So we can simply automatically substitute that. So we have here actually, by expanding the series, a sub 0 x to the power of 0 plus a sub 1 x to the power of 1 plus a sub 2 x to the power of 2 plus dot dot dot, so on and so forth, right? But in this case, since our x sub 0 is the first term, second term is a sub 1, so substitute that here, it will look like this. So hopefully you have followed this one. You have 1 x to the power of 0, you have plus 3 x to the power of 1 plus 5x squared, plus the next terms would be 0 x cubed plus 0 x to the power of 4, and since it's so on and so forth, we still have 0 as geometrical coefficients of the remaining. Hence, the generated ordinary generating function for this given sequence is, that's of course 1, so 1 plus 3x plus 5x squared. This is the generated ordinary function, or ordinary generated function, for the given sequence here. Similarly, if we're going to talk about the next sequence, so your f of x would be 1x to the power of 0 plus 1x power of 1 plus 1x squared. Take note there are 6 of them. So plus 1x cubed plus 1x to the power of 4 plus 1x to the power of 5 plus next 0x to the power of 6 plus 0x to the power of 7, and zeros all throughout. So the generated ordinary generating function f of x for this, again, that's just equal to 1. So 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus x to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 5. And since the next few terms are zeros, so this is now our generated function. Let's continue with the third one. So again, you will have here 1x to the power of 0 plus 4x power of 1 plus 6x to the power of 2 plus 4x cubed plus 1x power of 4 plus 0x to the power of 5, and so on and so forth. So your f of x, your generated function for the third sequence, is 1. Again, that's 1 plus 4x plus 6x squared plus 4x cubed plus x to the power of 4. Okay, so this is the generated function for the third item here. Now, we can, of course, come up with a singular expression to that. We'll move into that later after we are done with all of these notations. Now, I'm going to move down the remaining item because this entails combinations here, n combination 0, n combination 1, n combination 2, and so on and so forth until you reach n combination n, and then zeros, zeros, all throughout. And take note, we have n terms here, so we don't know where we will stop. So we just simply need to look at it in general perspective. So still, f of x is h sub 0 x to the power of 0 plus a sub 1 x to the power of 1 plus a sub 2 x to the power of 2 plus until n, a sub n x to the power of n, and of course plus next would be zeros, x to the power of n plus 1 increasing, and so on and so forth. So by substitution, you will actually get here n combination 0 of x to the power of 0 plus n combination 1 of x to the power of 1 plus n combination 2 of x squared plus dot 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 until you reach here n combination n x to the power of n, and of course everything here will be zeros all throughout. So with this now, what would be the actual value here? since we don't know what n is, let's look into this perspective. How do we attack this kind of problem? Actually, if you can still remember, these are actually specific terms of our binomial expansion, where this is actually taken into the account of having the summation of your n combination r, and you will have here x to the power of r, right? Because we don't have the first items here, so x to the power of r, and as r starts from 0 to n, okay, so that's why you reach n over n, and then you will have x to the power of n. But our binomial expansion in the previous chapter, we talked about this formula, x to the power of n minus r and y to the power of r, where x is the first term in your given binomial expression and y is your second term. That's why this is actually equal to, by the way, this is r equal to 0 to n. This is actually equal to x plus y raised to the power of n. Okay, but this time it is x that is raised to r, and we don't have this n minus r here. Or you can actually apply here by an inclusion of another term, n combination r. You will have here 1, okay, n minus r, x to the power of r, and with whatever will be the value of the exponent, 1 will still be equal to 1. Hence, it's just equal to one another. This means, when r equal to 0 to n, this means this is our first term of the binomial expansion. This is the second term. So following this form, this is actually also be condensed. Our f of x can be condensed into 1 plus x raised to the power of n. This is equivalent to this form, a binomial expansion, where x is actually our second term, not the first term in the binomial expression. So this is it's what do you call this one? It's illustration as well. Now, since we're able to generalize this one, of course, this will already be okay if we're talking about the general form of our generated function, but this is also better since it comprises the concept of binomial theorem. Now let's look into this, because this number 3 could also be expressed into one expression. Actually, this is actually equal to this expression, 1 plus x raised to the power of 4. Okay, where if we're going to expand that, the coefficients of your expansion together with the Pascal's triangle, even the binomial theorem, will be 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 8 patterns to the given here. So this could also stand for the function, but if you cannot move into that, definitely this is also acceptable, as this is the raw form of the function, similar to this. But of course, it would be nicer if we're going to have it in this manner, because it is even more condensed than the longer one rather. So this is how we write the function or generated function from a sequence of numbers, depending on what are the available terms in a sequence. Of course, there are also some different instances and cases as to the form of the generated function, depending on the type of sequence as well. We'll have more on this later. Thank you very much for watching.